Did you know that coconut macaroons were not always coconut? Traditionally, they were made with almonds or almond paste, hence the name macaroon. I hope I didn't butcher the name. Hi, it's Hani from Haniela's here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to make deliciously sweet and oh my gosh, so coconutty coconut macaroons. Let's get started. I'm going to start by making Swiss meringue. Into my egg whites, I'm adding granulated sugar with a little bit of cream of tartar. Cream of tartar, it's going to loosen up protein chains in the egg white. If you don't have cream of tartar, you can also use a splash of lemon juice or vinegar. And we're going to heat it over a pot with simmering water until all of the sugar is completely dissolved and mixture is very hot to the touch. If you have a candy thermometer, you can look for 160 to 170 degrees of Fahrenheit. And then we can remove it from the heat, and we can use, I'm going to use a handheld mixer, but you can also use a stand mixer. Just beat it at medium-high to high speed, and start at medium-high, and then you can increase the speed, and then beat it until you have thick, glossy meringue. To flavor the meringue, I'm going to use vanilla extract, and you can also add some almond extract if you have some, and then continue beating until you have those thick peaks forming. Now, I was wondering, where did the coconut macaroons originate? So I asked my friend Google, and apparently they originated in Italy, at an Italian monastery in 8th or 9th century. So these have been popular for a long time. Now I've added some salt into my desiccated coconut, unsweetened desiccated coconut. I'm going to fold meringue gradually into the coconut. You don't want to add all of the meringue in there. You want to do this gradually. And again, make sure that you're folding. You don't want to stir this folding method. Like when we are folding it, when we are making sponge cake, you're folding meringue and flour into the egg yolks. Once everything is combined and you don't see any more streaks of coconut, desiccated coconut, we can start shaping the cookies. And this is super easy. I'm using a cookie scoop, and I'm just gonna drop my coconut batter onto a baking sheet. I'm using parchment, but you can also use a silicone mat. We're gonna bake these until they're just pale in color. You don't wanna bake these for too long because then they will start drying out. Let them cool after baking, and we can dip the bottoms into chocolate. I'm using dark chocolate and a little bit of coconut oil. You can use some shortening. And then place these onto a wax paper or parchment paper and let the chocolate harden. Ideally, just stick it into the fridge, or if it's cold where you are, you can put it on a table outside and let it just harden there. Once these are set, you can remove them and store them at room temperature for about 3-4 days, or in a refrigerator for up to a week, or you can also freeze these for later. For a full recipe with printable ingredient list, you can visit my blog hanielas.com. I'm putting a link in the description box. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.